tell you, if it doesn't bite you, electrocute you, sting you, then it doesn't belong here. Welcome to the jungle.
This is the Amazon rainforest, home to the largest river in the world and an estimated 3,000 species of freshwater fish. Right now, deep in the heart of it, is British angler and self-confessed Amazon addict Steve Townsend. It's mid-January and he's on a fishing excursion on the Rio Negro and its tributaries. It's what's known as a blackwater river on account of its tannin-coloured water, and it's the largest of its type anywhere in the world. Steve's home for this trip is a charter boat called the Taiasu, and its shallow draft of just 3 feet means it can take him further upriver than any other charter boat in the region. Amongst the 11 other anglers also on board this floating fishing hotel is Steve's old friend, the ever-relaxed, ever-droll Charles Hammontree.
There's nowhere in the world with scenery like this where you can catch fish as good as this.
No, I seen a place right down the river here that looked just like this.
Fishing as a pair, they've twice won the World Peacock Bass Championships, one of the most highly prized and pound for pound hardest fighting freshwater fish in the world. Now, if you're new to peacock bass, there are 5 main species, but the 2 species Steve is after in this part of Brazil are the borboleta, which is the Portuguese word for butterfly, which can grow up to 12 pounds and looks like this, and its larger cousin, the 3-striped peacock bass, which can grow up to 27 pounds. And just to confuse you, when it's not spawning, it's called a paca and looks like this. And when it is spawning, it's called an asu, and it looks like this. Although so far they have caught fish on this trip, the weather conditions are definitely against them. Flooding has made for difficult fishing, and areas of the jungle normally accessible by foot are now under several feet of water. And so far, the fish are making the most of their new hiding place. Franco, their local guide, knows the area like the back of his hand and has been absolutely invaluable. However, even his expertise has limits.
There's too much water. These fish are back in the jungle. You got more bait fish, more food, insects. The insects are back there. The bait fish are back there feeding on the insects. There's really no reason for them to be out here on the edge of the river. But what our hope is that we can bring some out of the jungle and get a little bit of action going. But it's always tough fishing when you have high water like this. But I tell you, I couldn't think of a better place that I would rather be.
I agree.
Than right
Spot
here
on.
in the middle of the Amazon.
Rock and roll.
No airplanes.
No phones?
No streetcars, no phones, no faxes, no internet.
No women?
That's the problem.
Sweet Jesus.
Hey? Get a bite?
No.
On the face of it, these two are unlikely fishing companions. However, over the years, they've become great friends.
Wow, wow. Chicka wow wow. Chicka wow.
Chicka wow, chicka wow, chicka wow wow. He does this all the time.
Steve now lives in Portugal, where he runs a landscape gardening company, hence his ability to speak fluent Portuguese. But he uses all his money to spend every spare minute he can fishing in the Amazon. Charles is equally obsessed. A designer and builder of fishing lures by trade, he's moved from Tennessee to Venezuela just so he can be closer to the region. On the hunt for much larger specimens of bass, the pair relentlessly lure fish any likely spots, covering mile after mile of river and inlets. However, the flooding has meant that those likely spots are at present amongst the trees. Now, these guys are truly expert casters, but they know they have to push it to the limit to stand a chance of catching, which inevitably means that right now they seem to be catching a lot more jungle than actual fish.
Oh,
Lure.
well, what we have here is a misjudgment in distance. We've underestimated or overcalculated, and our lure has ended up in the woods, which Steve cannot seem to keep his lure out of.
What he's saying is, I'm hung
Like a field mouse.
like a field mouse.
And as we speak, I seem to have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first, will not be the last. Let's get out of here. Hey Steve, are you allergic to bees? Just say no.
Yeah. No.
We'll go get my lures for me if you don't mind. They're just right there beside that hornet's nest.
Okay. What Charles, like a fool that he is,
No, don't
has
say
decided
that.
to try and
don't
catch a
say
beehive.
cut. Say something good.
Okay, what Charles has done, in his wisdom, is decided to catch a bunch of bees. You know, I know we do adventures together, but this takes a biscuit.
Well, I know you like honey in your tea.
I like honey in my tea, but
And
you
it's
are
almost
crazy.
tea time.
He's crazy. Right, reason I think we're not catching fish is Branko and I are talking about obviously the possibilities of, or the reasons why we're not catching any fish. And one of the things we came up with is, because it's been raining so hard, when you dump that much of rain on top of an area, you know, we're talking 4, 5, 6, 7 inches in one storm here. This is how heavy it rains here. We reckon that the temperature's dropped. We reckon that the fishing has obviously got cold because it's cold. And I don't think we're going to be catching a huge amount. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get 1 or 2 good fish. The further up we go, the lower the water, and the lower the water, the higher the temperature, because obviously it's going to warm up quicker.
This is where the Taiasu really comes into her own, allowing the guys to fish all day and travel all night. And the further they go, the better the fishing.